Welcome to the Dark Star Adventure Cast, where the stars are cold, the void is endless, and dangers lurk in every shadow. Out here, trust is a gamble, and survival is never guaranteed. On tonight's Adventure Cast,
Yana 7, let me know that Buddy has a perimeter security system, so I'm turning him back on, getting him to enable that system so we can take out all these cultists and take back your station.
I'm not one of you at all, and I never will be. I don't care what your untethered bullshit is. And I headbutt him.
Do you want a Tallahassee handshake?
Yeah, so I'm gonna stab him in the neck. Maybe even just slit his throat with this letter opener. Well then, we better get started. And I also raise mine and clink it together.
so sit back and enjoy. This is the Dark Star Adventure Cast. Welcome back, everyone, to the Dark Star Adventure Cast. When we last left our heroes, they were at Scrapjack's truck stop. What happened between the last episode and this episode is that the players decided that they wanted to take some time and create a plan on how they were going to try to take back Scrapjacks from the quote-unquote evil Void Cultists. In doing that, they thought it would be fun to not tell me the plan. So the episode you are about to hear is a lot of me knowing just the beginnings of their plan and them revealing the plan as we go through the episode. And it's very weird. And in a lot of ways, it was sort of like them game mastering for me. So we had a lot of fun with this one, and we really hope you have a lot of fun with it too. So here we go, on with the adventure. Robert Ross, you are wearing cultist gear.
Yep.
You are covered in blood, and somewhere you found chicken feathers, and you have stuck chicken feathers all over your body.
Accurate.
Like you've been tarred and feathered with blood and feathers.
Just a normal Wednesday.
You are carrying a shotgun, you are carrying a laser pistol, and someone has drawn a terrible, absolutely awful representation of the Void Cultist tattoos on your face and neck. And it looks like they partially shaved one side of your head and then stopped, probably because you stopped them.
Who tried to shave my head?
You have one swath from your sideburn just over to the top of your ear where someone like shaved it, and then it's like stopped.
Oh, hell no.
So you walk into the southern section of the main lobby that way. So you can kind of place yourself wherever you think is, you want to be for the plan.
You said at the very southern end, the southern section. I figured that I'm coming out by the security door because I also want to check on my man, Dan the Man Grand, on the way out.
You want to walk down to security. You do know that from the security cameras previously that there's a cultist in there.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I was going to go from the bottom south, so I'm going to do absolutely that, but I'm going to come out from the airlock at the bottom south, or from the door at the bottom south.
Bottom south.
West south door.
That's a little better.
You are holding a toggle in your hand with a button on it. As you enter the main lobby, one of the brothers walks up to you. Brother, what happened to you?
Brother, you have to see. Do maybe one or two of you want to come with me to the utility room?
Behind this brother, the rip in space-time has grown, and you see that the many captives in this room have been forced to kneel, and some are shielding their eyes, and some are staring transfixed into this rip in time. You can also see into the lounge and observation deck that there are still 3 captives in there, and they are huddled into the corner as far as they can go.
And I am definitely not looking at whatever tentacle nonsense. That's how you stare into the void and it stares back at you. Excuse me, brother. What did you say your name was? I'm Brother Vox.
Brother Kalo. Brother Vox, you look very different today.
Oh, somebody tried to shave my afro. It's a whole thing. Would you come check the utility room with me?
Thorne, what are you doing?
Wow, that is a question. I am currently going to the admin office.
So using the distraction of Robert, you try to sneak around into the admin office. You've also outfitted yourself in cultist clothes, I notice.
Yeah,
So
and
go
some,
ahead.
possibly something to defend myself with.
Okay, so you have a laser pistol that Robert no longer has,
Great.
and you're wearing cultist clothes, and I need you to roll a sneak charisma because you're trying to pretend like you belong.
Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, that's a 10.
Heyo! So you make your way through the cafeteria and loop over to the admin office with Yana,
Yeah, with Yana, obviously.
who is also wearing Mother Crex's clothes. And you think that you sneak unnoticed into the admin office. When you enter into there, you glance over and you see Robert is being like, why won't you all just come with me over to the utility
Hey,
closet?
guys,
Just,
check out the utility.
yeah, no more than 1 or 2. We can't handle, it won't fit 3 people. 1 or 2 max.
It's a very crowded hallway, y'all.
And then you duck into the admin office. In here, it's the same office that you were in before, Thorne, but just to remind you, there's a desk on the west side of the room with a few chairs in front of it. It's lined with bookcases, but there are no books on them. It's mostly knickknacks and trophies or, random things that, she may have won for having the only truck stop in like an entire quadrant of this sector. Everything is relatively clean, but the desk itself is extremely disorganized and has a terminal on it as well as a data pad. Behind the desk, there is a door. The door is currently open, and through that, you can see that there is a lot of control panels as well as a window that overlooks out into space, specifically the parking lot. In that fuel control room, there is a cultist frustratingly trying to work buttons and lights and being like, why won't this work? And he bangs his fist down onto the control panel and then continues to type at the terminal.
Okay, but he doesn't seem to notice us enter.
No, his back's to you. He's about 20 feet away on the other side of the desk.
I make a crouch down behind the desk gesture with one hand, and then I crouch behind the desk myself with my laser pistol trained on that guy, and I'm gonna attempt to execute him.
Yana puts a hand on your wrist, and she whispers into your ear, you might break the glass.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
You're gonna shoot him. If you shoot him, you might break the glass. Vacuum of space, hello? I thought you were a pilot.
Well, I didn't intend on missing, but I suppose you have a point.
She fumbles around on top of her desk, and she pulls a letter opener back, and she hands it to you.
Ah, I wink and I take it, and I'm gonna go do what this does to that guy.
You're gonna open his
Imagine
letters?
that he's the letter.
Give it a real
Well, he's
opening.
the envelope. I'm sorry. He's the envelope, and the document that I need is underneath his papery skin.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm gonna sneak up behind him and try and assassinate him.
Okay, so roll a sneak dex this time, if you're trying to do that type of sneak.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying not to be heard, so.
You're having a whole mini adventure with Yana. I can feel love blossoming.
Great, so I got a 10. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
that is pretty good. So you sneak up, and you are within arm's reach of this cultist who's like, beep boop, beep boop, ah, damn. And you can see that he's trying to unlock the controls or figure out how to use the controls so that he can refuel their ship. And when you look out the window, you see this large rectangular ship that obviously would never survive entering Atmo anywhere. Just this brutalist style, black and gray, all angles, rectangles ship patched together with the parts of all these other ships. And he's desperately trying to move the refueling bots over to it.
Okay, he hasn't noticed me though.
No, you're right behind him too.
Yeah, perfect, okay. Yeah, so now that I am up close behind him, unnoticed, I've taken my preparation, I've made my time, and I'm gonna take this letter opener, I'm going to perform an execution attack on this unsuspecting
shit.
cultist.
Great idea, fellow serial killer. What is wrong with you guys?
They're rubbing off on me, what can I say?
You're gonna execute him. You've prepped, you've got a weapon, you spent time slowly sneaking up to him successfully. He doesn't know you're here. I guess, do you want to describe how you assassinate this poor man?
Is he wearing armor?
Yeah, he's wearing street armor.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stab him in the neck.
Oh,
Maybe even
okay.
just slit his throat with this letter opener.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
just
you reach around and you slit his throat. And at the expense of making this too graphic, he bleeds. And then he dies.
gross.
Yeah, sorry
Come
guys.
on.
I didn't mean to go too far.
You need to warn the viewers before you do that.
You are covered with some other dude's brains, so I don't know.
Yeah, but come on.
So he crumbles to the ground, and Yana walks in behind you and says, nice work.
Thanks. And I hand her letter opener back.
She takes it and she actually tucks it into a pocket. She taps a couple commands on the controls, and she says, okay, I've completely locked everyone else out now. So even if we all die, they won't be able to refuel.
That'll teach him.
If we all die, they won't escape. They'll eventually run out of air, and they'll die. Meanwhile, Felix, what are you up to?
Well, I know that Thorne and Yana were going to the admin office. In case that fails, I want to try to make my way back to the med bay because I know I can access Buddy's systems from there. I want to re-enable him and actually get him to do this security shit now that he was supposed to do earlier.
Sorry, I need 5 seconds. Hold on. Casey just brought me a fresh Guinness and wanted to take a big old slurp.
Witness.
My precious seconds.
Oh, yeah, and you'll never relive those 5 seconds.
No,
you were just
they're-
sitting there waiting for me to drink a beer. That's what you did with those
They're
5 seconds.
evaporating before my eyes.
Yep, they're gone, and we're continuing to talk about it, so the spotlight is on me even more.
And more and more of my seconds.
Yep, that pieces of life you'll never get back. And now you're going to listen to Scott do something.
I am on my way to the med bay. I am sneaking my way as best I can through the cafeteria.
So you're also wearing the final cultist uniform.
All right.
So go ahead and roll sneak charisma.
All right.
Haley's the only one that's not wearing a set of these clothes because you didn't have enough, and also she's much too large.
It's a 4.
Okay, that's a bad sneak roll.
It's a bad roll.
Yeah.
It's a bad roll.
So
I do get to reroll a skill. Yeah, so I'm going to reroll that skill. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a 9 that time.
9 is a much better roll.
So I go out and I begin to sneak, but then I remember this journal article I was reading about how to avoid making noise when you're working in an enclosed computer system. And I take some of those learnings and I apply them to what I'm about to do, and then I sneak through the cafeteria.
So you read an adventurer's manual on how to sneak.
Yeah.
This is Quest for Glory style.
Oh, yeah.
So you make your way up to the med bay. The door is unlocked because you guys left it unlocked, and you move inside. The moment you go in, with the door still open, you notice the doctor's awake, and she goes, "What the fuck?" And then you close the door just after she says that.
Oh no.
Where do you get off having your big brute of a woman knock me out? I'm
as she's saying this, I'm walking forward over to the terminal. I don't have time for this. You need to be quiet.
No, you need to listen to me for 1 second. It might save your life.
What?
I don't like you.
Oh my god.
Listen. Oh, just listen. Don't interrupt me. I don't like you, but I'm gonna help you. Untie me.
Sure, why not? What else could go wrong?
Oh my god.
I'm tired.
You
I'm tired
tired?
of her complaining. I'm tired of her complaining. I'm so done with the whining.
She takes the drink out of her flask, and then she passes it to you.
I take a drink.
Okay, what's going on?
Yana 7, let me know that Buddy has a perimeter security system. So I'm turning him back on, getting him to enable that system so we can take out all these cultists and take back your station.
Yeah, I can't help with that. And she sits back down and drinks a little bit more.
What you're doing right now, perfect.
She gives you the okay sign.
Yeah. I give her a big, like, over-exaggerated, sarcastic thumbs up.
With a
then
big smile.
Yeah. And then I go to I turn to the terminal and I re-enable Buddy.
Buddy, who used to be friendly and extremely loquacious, has since been reprogrammed by you. So he's a bit more dour now and a bit more emo. And his digital face appears on the screen. He looks like Face from Nickelodeon, but now he has like a swoopy bangs over one eye, and he kind of like he flicks the bangs out of his Nick Jr. eyes, and he says, "Oh, what do you even want?"
Hey, Buddy.
Whatever.
Listen, since we last talked, I found out some stuff I could really use your help with, you know, if you're not too busy.
wants help.
I wanted your help earlier, Buddy. You weren't exactly forthcoming with the assistance. Because you failed to mention the perimeter security system that you have.
Okay, well, I don't have one.
Well, I think you do, and I type in the security code.
Oh, it's a verbal one.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a voice passcode, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, he's voiced.
And it's not like numbers and letters, it's actually 3 words.
Okay. You're going to tell me the words?
Oh, this is your rodeo.
You're gonna tell us the words.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll back. Oh, I'm just trying to think of 3 good words.
3 good words. Boom!
You just-
Security
yeah, you just
activated.
said 3 good words.
He says, "Oh, I can't believe she told you the passcode. What do you even want?"
I told you, I want you to turn on the perimeter security system and target the cultists who have invaded your station.
Oh, what are you even, an idiot or something? It's perimeter. P-E-R perimeter. It doesn't shoot things on the inside, dummy.
I know that, okay? But we need to prevent them from escaping.
Fine. You've activated security protocols. I'll activate the perimeter now, but only if you give me the 5-word passphrase to do so.
So many passphrases.
He swoops the hair out of his eyes.
Buddy, will you please help?
Fine. Passcode accepted.
And a moment passes, and he says,
Turret's activated.
Great work, bud.
Whatever. Life is pain.
Yeah, tell me about it, killer.
Computer, shut down, buddy.
I just turned myself off. It's dark.
I was thinking, shut down the emergency medical holograph system from Voyage.
I sit down for a moment and I reach over and beckon for the flask from the doctor.
He hands it over to you.
I take a swig. That was more painful than I thought it would be.
She takes out a blue death stick, and she passes it to you.
I put it in my pocket for celebration.
Hey, whoa. No. Puff, pass, motherfucker.
I'm on the job right now, you psycho.
Then give it back.
Oh,
You move.
I hand it back to her.
You piece of shit. She snaps it on. Takes a hit.
Nightmare death stick rotation.
Just you and the doctor. Dr.
Oh my
Speth.
god. It'd be awful. The doctor and Buddy. Nightmare Justice rotation.
The three of you, honestly. I don't want to be
How
there.
dare you? How dare you?
So, you're hanging out and having a drink with Dr. Speth, and Buddy has turned himself off because he's so deep and dark now. Haleyy, you are where and doing what?
Haley's had like one good experience in this place so far. That was when she got to take a hot shower for the first time in forever. And she remembers seeing on the security monitor someone was being tortured in that room. So she's going to go figure out that situation and see if she can help.
Okay, nice. You have to cross the cafeteria, so go ahead and give me... And you're not wearing a disguise.
No.
So give me a sneak dex. Yeah.
Not a sneak strength. It's like...
What would that even be?
I don't know. I tried to figure it out. Oh, no. She throws herself up onto the ceiling, which I'm assuming this is a crummy industrial place, so it's all actually exposed wires and tubes, and like shimmies across the ceiling.
You know what? I'm going to let you do that.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to
that's
let you
great.
roll exert strength to shimmy along the girders on the ceiling, which are completely hidden from view in the main lobby.
Yeah.
Okay, roll exert strength.
Cool.
No sneaking needed. Oh my god, that roll.
It would have been fine for sneaking.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
You exit the hallway outside the utility room and quickly scale and grab
Oh,
on.
no. I don't scale. I flip up like a cat. My vertical jump is like 3 feet.
I want to say that's not humanly possible, but you did roll a 12. So you Jedi jump up to the ceiling.
My hands are tied.
It's only like a 15-foot ceiling. So you kind of like launch off a wall and you can definitely reach it. You grab onto a girder and you pull yourself up and you kind of peek out and you see people in the main lobby who could have potentially heard you under normal circumstances. Don't, because all eyes are on Robert. He's currently like trying to like beckon people in like a weird Macarena type dance through the doorway of the hallway to lead them back to the utility room.
Classic Robert. Love to see it.
And you can hear him say his iconic line.
Do you want a Tallahassee handshake?
And you hear them say no. And you shimmy across the cafeteria ceiling and drop down in front of the bathroom like area, toilet, showers, and sanitation. And you enter in. This room, this whole area is covered in steam. It was not like this at all when you were here before. It's like every shower head is on. You can hear the rush of water from the other room as the searing hot water from a dozen shower heads fill the air. You can hear screams coming from within the showers.
Oh my god.
And you hear a chanting. And you hear words here and there about void and acceptance and becoming untethered and ready for the ascension. You slowly make your way up to the showers, skirting the benches and lockers and toilets, and you peek into the showers where there's 12 shower heads all spraying water down. And in the center of this gang shower, you see a man, bloodied and naked, laying on the floor. Another man in soaking wet robes, standing over him with knife in hand, a piece of flesh in the other hand, and he is looking up at the ceiling and mumbling incoherently. The man on the ground is practically unconscious from pain.
Gross.
Yeah, sorry guys.
That's so sad. What awful.
Yeah, these
Poor
guys suck.
guy. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I, will slip on the floor if I charge him while he's staring up at the ceiling chanting.
Not if you make your exert dexterity roll, if you want to charge.
Yeah, I think I want to charge at him and knock him over.
Okay, so you sprint at him over the soapy, sopping, wet floor
Very brave
of the
me.
gang shower. Roll exert dex to see if you can keep your feet. 6 is good enough.
Yes!
So you sprint across and you're directly in the guy's face and you charge straight into him. Go ahead and roll to hit.
What do I roll to hit?
I mean, what are you doing? You punching him? You just tackling him?
I want to tackle him to the ground and pummel his face. I am feeling like actual rage because I am a professional killer. What he's doing here is torture. Well, not killer, fighter, combat professional. I'm a combat professional, but we don't do this.
Aren't you a serial killer by trade?
No, I'm a combat professional who has...
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Who has accomplished certain objectives across many missions.
So I rolled his exert strength, and now you roll yours, and whoever gets higher wins. If you win, you knock him to the ground. If he wins, you do not knock him to the ground.
I rolled a 2. Oh, the soapy floor got me.
You sprint across the slippery ground, keeping your feet, but when you reach him, you kind of like slip a little bit and you pummel, like you kind of shoulder into him, and he doesn't move, even though he's not really aware of you. He kind of stumbles slightly, and then he looks at you and he says, "Heathen!" And he raises the dagger up, and roll initiative.
Okay.
Of course, out of all these mini stories, only Haley gets into a random fight.
I know, like, this is classic Haleyy.
It's kind of her thing.
Okay, so he raises his knife because he gets to go first, and he brings it down upon you. He rolls a 12.
Yeah, that glances off of my shoulder.
And your AC is what?
15.
15. So he does deal 1 point of shock damage to you.
Okay.
He glancing blows off your chest armor, but the pressure of it hurts your ribs. And you're like, that's gonna bruise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little distracted by the tortured guy on the ground, so I'm still... Makes me a little bit easier to get a single hit on.
The tortured guy looks up at you and he's like, "Please help me."
So I wind my arm back and punch him straight in the face.
And I'm sure this will be the end of the combat.
This
guy didn't know what he was doing. Imagine it went the other direction though and you just kept missing and he just knifed you to death 1 point at a time.
17 hit.
17 hits, and how much damage?
For 7 damage.
And he's instantly dead. And he falls to the ground. His ribs all cracked, and I don't know if his ribs are cracked so much as turned to dust as he falls to the ground.
I just feel bad for this poor tortured man who is being tortured, and there's probably blood mixing in with the water, and now Haleyy just delivered, I don't know, just hell to this evil cultist. And now there's more blood swirling down the drain, but it's not his. What happened to the... Oh my god, this is just awful.
The man reaches up to you. He's naked and he's been slashed several times. He reaches up to you and he says, "Help me."
Of course, I help him up, and the guy's robes are probably all soaking wet and awful. This guy's been tortured. Of course I'll help you.
He's bleeding pretty freely from
I
his
know, I'm like, can I get him to the med bay? It's one door over.
It is. You might be seen, but there is a distraction.
Yeah, I want to try getting this guy to the med bay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll sneak strength because you're carrying a man.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I also think you could use sneak strength if you held up a
Oh,
table
no.
and walked with the table. That's fine. No, that's fine.
I
That's
rolled
fine
a
roll.
5. I rolled a 5.
But I'm going to give you a +1 because of the distraction.
Oh.
So you make a 6, which is exactly what you needed, and you make your way into the med bay. Felix, you're surprised when a hulking form carrying a naked, bleeding man crashes into the med bay.
Doc, I am so sorry about earlier. Can you help?
Jesus Christ, what's going on here?
Yeah, holy shit, Haleyy, what are you doing?
It wasn't me.
What did you do to this man?
It wasn't me. It was a cultist.
She sweeps everything off the desk and she says, "Lay him down on the desk, quick!"
I put him up there, gently, with care, but urgently.
She begins to disinfect and clean his wounds, and the man's head's lolling around. "I'm gonna give him something for the pain." And she injects him. The moment that happens, the man gets kind of a half smile, and he looks up at you, Haleyy, and he goes, "Hi, thank you."
You're welcome. How you're feeling?
He sticks an elbow out to you, and he says, "I'm Walter."
Hey, Walter, I'm Haleyy with 2 Y's.
He wags his elbow at you.
I wag my elbow back.
No, touch my elbow with your elbow. Germs.
Germs. I don't touch his elbow. I just repeat what he's saying.
Like it's some sort of colloquial greeting.
Yeah, right.
Just wave your elbow. Germs.
Germs, you too.
Yeah.
He loses interest and he looks at Felix and then he passes out.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah, it seems like it's Felix's fault that he passed out.
It's the nightmare death stick rotation.
I just glared at him.
Yeah,
did
this
a
whole
min-
room is smelling strongly of death sticks, so you're starting to get a contact high, Haley.
Jeez.
All right, Haley, what are you doing?
Look, remember the guy that was on the screens in the showers?
Yeah.
Being tortured? I go
Yeah.
in there. All of the shower heads were on. Totally steamy. One of the cultists was torturing him. He'd taken his skin off and was chanting up into the sky, completely distracted. There's something going on out there. There is something weird going on here
All
too.
right. Well, I mean, it's good you took care of it, I guess, but we do have bigger fish to fry. There's a lot more cultists out there than just one dude. I hope Robert's ready.
Okay, and here we go. The plan is finally coming to fruition. Robert, you see that Haley has joined Felix in the medbay over the shoulder of the brothers. You see that Thorne and Yana have made their way into the admin office. You have the toggle with the button in your hand. You have distracted everyone long enough. What do you do?
I start walking towards the utility room, seeing if I can get how many people are interested in what I have to say as my finger just kind of swirls over the button.
Roll talk charisma.
That would be a 5. And so I feel like I most likely stumble over my words. Guys, but the utility, maybe, what do you think about the med bay? And I hit the button.
I'm totally part of your cult! And then you hit the button. At that moment, the device that Felix hooked up to the power core goes off, shutting off all of the lights. Chaos erupts as people leap to their feet, survivors and cultists alike. Haley, what do you do?
So I come out of the med bay. I walk over to the device that's been opening this void, and I try to destroy the antenna just to put a stop to whatever is happening with the Eldritch Horde.
Okay, so you rush out of the med bay and you're running towards the antenna right now. Robert, what do you do?
I try to evacuate, huddle up as many of the pedestrians as I can, and move them away from the giant tentacle monster that has seared itself into my brain and I will never ever forget.
So you kind of move people away and you kind of cover them up with your body, knowing what is coming. Thorne.
Okay, well, at this point, I'm just gonna use the refueling arms, here from in the fuel control room. The fueling arms, I'm just going to take one of them and have it latch on to one of the turrets, the perimeter turrets, and literally break it to rotate it all the way around backwards so that it can point back towards the lobby and wipe these guys out.
And Yana is on a separate set of controls, and she uses the second refueling arm to help you with that and wrench the turret out. And when the two of you do that together in concert, you give each other a look from across the control room at each other and kind of give each other a cool nod in Air 5.
Yeah, with our minds though.
With your minds. Haley, you make your way all the way to the antenna, finally completing your sprint outside of the giant windows of the lounge, which you now spot from the middle of the lobby. You see two giant refueling arms rip the turret off of its gyroscope and aim it at the windows. At that moment, Robert runs and huddles up with all of the survivors and captives and forces their heads down and covers them up with his big beefy body as much as he can. And you cover the last few steps to the antenna. You draw back your fist, but at that moment, a void tendril snakes its way out from the rift and brushes against you. You feel yourself screaming. Your consciousness swirls around infinity as though circling a drain. You see only darkness. You awaken on your back. There's a bright light in your face. Cold steel pressing against your palms. Two blood-splattered surgeons stand over you in white masks. One looks down at you, shock registering on his eyes. She's awake. The other, holding a worm-like machine about the size of your index finger, responds, "Nurse, please increase the dosage." And as you slide back into unconsciousness, the doctor inserts the wriggling machine into your nose. Haleyy, you find yourself back in the main lobby, your fist cocked back, the antenna 12 inches away. Through the rift, you see movement, something slimy. Was that an eye? It couldn't have been. You're looking into infinity. You find yourself circling into the void and becoming memorized. What do you do?
After remembering all of that, Haleyy is just goes into a basically dissociative state. All she remembers really about why she's in the middle of this room right now is to destroy this antenna and get down. And so that's what she does as quickly as she can.
Okay. So your cocked back fist then rockets into the antenna, punching it again and again. It fizzles, it explodes, it falls over. It cannot at all sustain any sort of working state once Haleyy decides to destroy it. And when you're punching it, it actually doesn't feel like metal. It actually gives, and it feels a little moist almost, but you don't have time to think about that now because you hit the deck and put your hands over your head. Felix, what would you like to do?
All right, well, I've got emergency power routed to the turret because I knew the power was going out, and I have the controls wired to my data slab, so I see that Thorne is put into position, and I enable the targeting module, and I target the cultists and triggered it to open fire.
The Nick Jr. face of Buddy says,
Oh, now we're talking.
and it swoops the hair out of its eyes as the turret activates and lays waste to all of the cultists remaining in the lounge and in the main lobby. Bullets ricochet all over the place, sparks flying, the resounding boom of the bullets hitting across all of the walls, cultists flying in a haze of blood, the sound of decompression fighting against the life support, dozens of tiny holes in the lounge window appearing, air, precious air, escaping out. The last cultist falls. Yana wastes no time. The moment the turret has completed firing, she rushes out of the admin office with a roll of duct tape and throws a strip over every hole in that lounge window. Every cultist is now dead, except for one. He hit the ground very quickly. He only got hit by one bullet from the turret, but that still did massive damage, blowing his arm clear off. Brother Halleck, the leader of this small sect of the cult, crawls over to Haleyy, where she lays on the ground. He puts his forehead as close to your forehead as he can, and he says, "Oh, why? You are untethered like us."
I'm not one of you at all, and I never will be. I don't care what your untethered bullshit is. And I headbutt him.
You headbutt him?
He came close to me.
Right, barely hanging on to consciousness. He puts one hand out to you on your shoulder, and he says, "My child, you are more like us than you think. This small sect is gone." And he looks up as he sees Thorne and Felix exit out of their respective doors, and Robert stand up amidst the carnage. They are your friends, but they don't have to be your only friends.
I don't want you guys as somebody that I rely on or partner with. You're cruel and evil, and you shouldn't be part of this world.
There is no cruel, there is no evil. He rolls onto his back and stares up at the sky. You'll find that you're more like us than you thought. And he takes one big deep breath and is no more. Yana comes out and thanks all of you. I don't know how I expected you to do that, but you did shoot everything up. But there's very few deaths. So I guess I'm in your debt. I will ask my mechanics to fix up your ship for free. I hope there's not too much wrong with it. And we'll refuel it. And what the hell? All you can eat.
Hooray! Free food.
Oh, thank God.
I line my pockets with meatloaf.
I drink so much orange juice.
I reach out for the death stick from the doctor as the scene closes.
She passes it over to you.
That's the stuff.
Hey, Felix,
Yeah, doctor.
are you guys hiring?
No.
Back in the admin office, Yana and Thorne are sitting side by side, and Yana pours you a scotch from her private collection. And the two of you sit in the chairs opposite her main chair at her desk.
Shoulder to shoulder.
She gives you a clink, shoulder to shoulder, and she says, "I know you want to leave quick, but I've been talking to the mechanics. It's going to take them a week, but I can make your stay here quite comfortable. I hope you don't mind.
I don't doubt that one bit. I don't mind at all.
I believe we have some unfinished business to attend to." And she raises a glass.
Well then, we better get started. And I also raise mine and clink it together.
And we fade to black.
Aw.
I roll for initiative.
Felix bursts in.
Yo.
"Marty, you gotta come back."
It's your kids. It's your kids, Thorne.
"Don't do this. Your kids are gonna suck." Yana's not a good person. Don't do this.
She's a clone. That's why she's called Yana 7.
Well, let's not address why she's called Yana 7. She doesn't call you. She doesn't burst into your office and call you a clone. And well, that's the end of the episode. So let's jump right into logs. Thorne, why don't you kick us off?
Well, what can I say? The crew really came together in the end, and we managed to oust that weird cult. Casualties were minimal, and Yana didn't charge us for any of the damage to Scrapjacks. It was an ambitious plan, but we pulled it through despite everything. Man, that Robert can be a handful, but he's damn reliable, and he's a crack shot at the end of the day. I'm glad Felix was able to keep his nose out of the dust long enough to be useful, but I still dread the day he's too far gone when I need him most. And I've come to count on Haleyy quite a lot these days for obvious reasons, but I'm worried about her now. Something about that void and the things those cultists were saying seemed to have shaken her up a bit. It's a shame we have to leave so soon, but the last thing we need is more attention. At least Yana and I were able to spend some time together, swap exomail so we can stay in touch. It may not have been the most relaxing pit stop ever, but the crew does seem to have gotten over their cabin fever, and they're back to working together like a team.
Hey, my cultist disguise worked. Well, butted my backside and called me a biscuit. Now I was a little worried after the dear departed mother saw right through me. But as the Gatling guns started roaring, gathered up everybody, hit the deck, covered all them civilians, thinking, Haley's got this. And I look back, she's not aiding no civvies. She's just standing there, blank, drifting. Then boom! We're alive, void's closed, and where the hell Thorne get off to? Anyway, me, I'm just eating my unlimited meatloaf, finally enjoying some well-deserved R&R. I do keep hearing it though. That hum that leaked from the beacon still hasn't stopped. The hair stands up on the back of my neck, I whip around. Nothing. I really need to get off this damn station.
Well, we are finally putting Scrapjacks behind us. You know, it wasn't exactly the most restful of pit stops, but hey, at least we got some free repairs out of it. And you know, while I'll be glad to put this place in our rearview mirror, I do kind of wish we'd reconsidered the doc's offer. I mean, we already have Froggy on board and he doesn't do jack shit, so why not add another member to this motley crew when at least they have a useful skill? Ah well, maybe we'll run into her again somewhere in the black. And hey, I've got that copy of Buddy's source code to keep me busy at least. You know, he had the most interesting personality protocols I've ever seen, and I am really looking forward to getting my hands dirty and figuring out what makes him tick.
Well, all's well that... You know what? It's not... clearly not over. So much for a simple refuel. There's more to this cult. There's more to whatever being untethered means. Whatever I saw when I touched that antenna. I don't even know where to get started on figuring out what happened there. I hadn't seen anything like that machine before on any of my missions, and, you know, I do pay attention. Like, I would have noticed a void popping up somewhere, or cult robes. Like, I don't even have memories close to what I saw there. Usually, after a mission, I can be pretty calm just by focusing on what's next, what the objective is, but from this, like, truck stop, I have too many questions, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for any of the answers.
And just one more thing before you go, I wanted to give out a huge thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Holly and Brad are two top patrons at the Scapegoat Syndicate level. We bow before you. We're not worthy! We're not worthy! Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And if you're out there in podcast land and wondering, hey, wait a minute, how can I get my name at the end of one of these episodes? Head on over to patreon.com/DarkstarAdventureCast and spend some of your money with us. You'll get early ad-free episodes and a crap ton of bonus content. Trust me, it's totally worth it. You will not be disappointed. And hey, Christmas is coming. Maybe buy subscriptions for everyone in your life. Patreon.com/DarkstarAdventureCast. Love you. Bye.